Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital Recap, Tuesday, March 12. Danny's secret favor for Jason. Heather's San Quentin transfer. General Hospital GH spoilers recap for Tuesday, March 12, reveals that Sam McCall Kelly Monaco opened up to Laura Collins Jeannie Francis about her complicated feelings about Jason Morgan's Steve Burton return and got reassurance that everything would work out. When Michael Corinthos Chad Duell showed up, he also talked to Sam about Jason since an article had been published about the manhunt. Michael struggled to believe Jason fired at Dante Falconeri Dominic Zamprogna, but Sam pointed out that they wouldn't know for sure until Dante woke up. After Michael praised Sam and Dante's inspiring relationship, she returned to Dante's bedside and pushed him to come back to her. Meanwhile, Christina Corinthos Davis Kate Mansi was surprised to see Blaze aka Allison Rogers Jacqueline Grace Lopez at the hospital, but Blaze wanted to come support her girlfriend. Unfortunately, Blaze couldn't stay as long as she would like since she had to meet up with her mother, Natalia Ramirez Eva LaRue, at Bobby's. Although Blaze was hoping Natalia would have a better response to her sexuality and Christina's girlfriend status, Natalia acted like it was understandable that Blaze would gravitate to women after the awful ordeal she went through with Link Brown Dan Buran. Blaze made it clear that she had been with women before and said this had nothing to do with Link. Natalia wasn't accepting Blaze for who she was, so Blaze said she'd lost her appetite and stormed out. Back at GH, Molly Lansing Davis Kristen Vaganos got updates on Natalia finding Christina in Blaze's bed and how it short-circuited her brain. Christina was hopeful about Blaze and Natalia's breakfast meeting, but Molly didn't seem as optimistic. After Christina assumed Molly was worried about her stress level because of the baby, Molly insisted that wasn't the case and said she wasn't judging her all the time. Christina and Molly agreed that they went forward with the surrogacy because they trusted each other. That trust extended to Blaze as far as Molly was concerned. If Christina felt Blaze was worth fighting for, then Molly said she felt that way, too. At Carly Spencer's Laura Wright house, Drew Kane Cameron Matheson confronted her about not calling him about Jason's return. Carly explained how everything went down and admitted Jason didn't talk to her about Dante's ordeal. Nevertheless, Carly knew Jason and insisted he couldn't have done that. Since there were two suspects, Carly thought it was obvious that the other guy fired at Dante. Drew felt it was only obvious to Carly and was frustrated over her not considering that Jason did this by mistake or even on purpose. Since Carly's feelings for Jason were enough to convince her, Drew fumed over how they would always come first for each other. Carly called Jason her friend before admitting she didn't know if there was a word to explain what he was to her. Although Carly assured Drew of her love, he said no one would ever take Jason's place in her life and heart. Carly pointed out that Jason had never failed her, but Drew struggled to see how that was true when Jason let her believe he was deceased for so long. At the Coeur d'Alene boathouse, Danny Morgan Asher Jared Antonazan found Jason and nearly walked right out the door in anger. Jason stopped Danny for a favor and swore on Danny's life that he didn't do what the police said he did. Since Jason needed a first aid kit, Danny snuck one out of the Coeur d'Alene mansion and brought it out to him soon after. Jason also insisted Danny couldn't tell Sam about any of this and urged his son to trust him, so Danny agreed. At the hospital, Hamilton Finn Michael Easton informed Heather Weber Allie Mills that she had cardiomyopathy, which meant she had a weakened heart muscle. Heather wasn't responding to medication and multiple cardiologists couldn't figure out the reason why, so Finn was brought in on a consult. Since Heather wanted to see Ace Cassadine J and Joey Clay before she'd cooperate, Finn compromised by suggesting that he'd see what info he could find out for her. Heather complained about being bloated for a couple months along with some other symptoms like ringing in her ears, tingling in her hands and brittle nails. Laura eventually showed up and informed Heather that she'd reached a decision with Robert Scorpio Tristan Rogers for the good of the community. It wasn't safe for Heather to be this close to Port Charles with her history of escapes and assaults. Laura told Heather that she was being transferred to San Quentin Women's Federal Penitentiary in California, so Heather flipped out. After her outburst didn't work, Heather resorted to begging since she didn't want to be so far away from Ace. Laura pointed out that since she was adopting Ace along with Kevin Collins' John Lindstrom, he would be safe and loved. That news infuriated Heather, who said she'd die before she let Laura raise Princess Avery Pole's son with Ryan Chamberlain's John Lindstrom twin. Laura stood her ground on everything and promised Ace would always be cared for, but she said Heather could never see him again. General Hospital spoilers say Heather could stir up more trouble thanks to Laura and Robert's decision, so we'll bring you more predictions on all her wild antics. Title: Secrets Unraveled and Transfers Made, a General Hospital Recap. In the heart of Port Charles, drama unfolded like clockwork, weaving a tapestry of secrets, favors, and unexpected twists. Tuesday, March 12, proved to be no exception as the residents of General Hospital found themselves entangled in a web of intrigue that promised to shake the very foundation of their lives. As the sun rose over the city skyline, the corridors of General Hospital buzzed with activity. Nurses hurried to and fro, doctors exchanged hurried whispers, and patients clung to hope amidst the chaos. Among them stood Jason Morgan, a man of few words but steadfast resolve, his rugged features edged with determination. Today, however, his focus was not on vendettas or power struggles, but on a promise made to his son, Danny. Unbeknownst to many, Danny harbored a secret, one that weighed heavily on his young shoulders. With a solemn expression, he approached his father, a small package clutched tightly in his hand. "Dad," he began, his voice barely above a whisper, "I need your help." Jason's brows furrowed in concern as he knelt down to meet his son's gaze. "What is it, buddy? You know you can tell me anything." With a deep breath, Danny revealed his burden, a letter, addressed to someone within the confines of Pentonville Correctional Facility. Jason's eyes narrowed in understanding as he took the letter from his son's trembling hands. "Who is this for, Danny?" A flicker of apprehension crossed Danny's face as he uttered a name that sent shivers down Jason's spine: Franco. Though Franco's past deeds loomed large in their lives, Jason could not deny his son's plea. With a silent nod, he tucked the letter into his pocket, a promise to fulfill Danny's request burning bright within his heart. Meanwhile, across town, a different kind of turmoil brewed within the walls of Pentonville. Heather Weber, a woman with a penchant for trouble and secrets aplenty, found herself at the mercy of fate once more. Shackled and escorted by guards, she prepared to embark on a journey that would take her far from the comforts of Port Charles' transfer to San Quentin. As Heather's eyes swept over the familiar faces of her fellow inmates, a wave of nostalgia washed over her. Memories of schemes and alliances danced through her mind, each one a testament to her resilience in the face of adversity. Yet, amidst the chaos, one thought lingered: a promise made to a friend, a promise she intended to keep. With a steely resolve, Heather approached the guard stationed by her side, her gaze unwavering. "I need to make a call," she declared, her voice carrying a hint of urgency. The guard eyed her warily, but Heather's determination was undeniable. With a resigned sigh, he handed her the phone, knowing all too well the consequences of defying her. As Heather dialed the familiar number, her mind raced with possibilities, each one a thread in the intricate tapestry of her plans. On the other end of the line, a voice answered, a voice steeped in familiarity and tinged with concern. "Heather, is that you? What's wrong? A smile played at the corners of Heather's lips as she greeted her friend, her words laced with a hint of mischief. Oh, nothing much, dear. Just a small favor I need to ask. Back at General Hospital, tensions continued to mount as secrets threatened to spill into the light. Ava Jerome, a woman with a past as tumultuous as the sea, found herself at odds with her own desires. With a heavy heart, she approached her brother, Julian, a plea for help lingering on her lips. Julian, I need you to do something for me, Ava began, her voice betraying a hint of vulnerability. Julian's brow furrowed in concern as he studied his sister's troubled expression. What is it, Ava? You know you can count on me. Ava hesitated, the weight of her request pressing down upon her. I need you to find someone for me, a man from my past. His name is Ryan Chamberlain. Julian's eyes widened in shock at the mention of Ryan's name, memories of the havoc he wreaked flooding back with a vengeance. Yet, despite his reservations, Julian could not deny his sister's plea. With a solemn nod, he vowed to do whatever it took to protect her, even if it meant delving into the darkness of their shared history. As the day wore on, the residents of Port Charles found themselves at a crossroads, their fates intertwined in ways they could scarcely imagine. From promises made to favors owed, each decision carried with it the weight of consequences yet to be revealed. And amidst the chaos, one truth remained: a secret kept today could be a revelation tomorrow, forever altering the course of their lives.